Hello everyone, I think we are live. We should be live by now. And yes, we are live. Let's tweet about this. All right, let's copy the URL. I'm live on YouTube, converting a Figma design to a Next.js app with Tailwind CSS. This is going to be fun. And well, I'm doing this for a purpose because I'm looking for an internship. So I looked up on the Codedam site. By the way, if you don't know, Codedam is a great YouTube channel. Let me just open that up first. Codedam. So it's been around for a very long time. It's been around since 2015. So yeah, actually a very long time. And so Mehul, he opened up his company by the name Codedam, of course. I was looking for an internship, and this suddenly struck my mind that do they have an internship for a React developer? And I was like, I should check it out. And here is the internship. Now to apply, we have to finish this little assignment. So let me quickly get that up. So here's the Figma design. So we basically have to clone this in Next.js and Tailwind CSS, and I am on it. So if I show you the progress until now, and I'm using the app directory, by the way, because I wanted to experiment with it, plus it would make it look a lot cooler in my opinion, I guess. Maybe, who knows. So here is, I like to open this up in a new window. Okay, let that open up. Let's wait for it. So yeah, till now I just finished these pages, the profile, portfolio page, this whole page, and this whole page, except for this button right over here. It's something I want to do, but it will take me a while to do so. I don't want to put a lot of time in this. I want to finish these designs first. It's just 3 pages now, and I guess not even 3.5, because this is going to be common in each page. So let's see. Here it is. Here's the profile page, and if you go click on the resume button, it will load up this resume page, which is nice and simple for now. Let me know how it looks like, and I'll also deploy it somewhere. So right now I got to work on this one, this sidebar, which is something I guess I haven't done before. So would be a nice ride. It's simple. We simply have a card, which I already have done before. If we just let me see, inside of components, is this the card? Nope. Let's see, it was somewhere, yeah, in the resume. If I guess I should just look in here. This was the one. So it's stats, right? Like this is the one. So it's basically in the card component where you have all this basic boilerplate, and that's what we want in our layout. So okay, first off, I'm going to create a new folder for this. So in the components navbar, actually let's, why do I have the navbar here? I should move it. I should probably move it in UI. Yeah. And so we have to update this. All right, that's it. Now in the UI itself, I'm going to create a sidebar folder where I don't think I need a folder for this, but let's create a file instead. Sidebar.tsx. Let's export function sidebar. By the way, let me know if the keyboard annoys you a little bit, because it might annoy a lot of people. I cannot hear what it sounds like right now. So you got this sidebar. And what else do we need? So it's going to be wrapped inside of a card. Very simple stuff. Then okay, why do they have the Chrome icon here? Anyways, it's fine. Let's copy as SVG, and I store all of my icons in this gigantic file. I don't know why this kind of, I don't know, sidebar icon. Okay, maybe it's not the right thing. If it's not, then let me know. Okay, once we've got this icon, we also have this. So it could be a border left maybe. Okay, that's going to be fun. So in this sidebar, this is going to be a flex box. Let's actually write it right over here. So it's going to be flex call, and gap for, maybe not, we have got space y. I don't know what's the difference between these two. Okay, it's just margin top and bottom. Interesting. Let's do a space y5, and so it's going to be a function sidebar item, and it's going to return another flex box where we're going to have two items, and so we need a gap between them. First one is going to be the sidebar icon, and then row file. Okay, this is what I would like to store inside of a span tag. Okay. Once you've got that, let's actually go ahead and create a sidebar item. And to view this in action, I'm going to go inside of here, export default function edit layout. Let's return. Okay, what are we going to return? That's an interesting question. Let's see the other layouts. This one. Okay, so it's just like this, and we've got the sidebar. Then let's close this out, close this, close this. So we got this page. I'm going to export default function edit page. Then we are simply going to return a div where we're going to have a p tag and just some random gibberish. Let's just, instead of this, let's just enter some lorem ipsum about that. Okay, now the navigation, because I don't think there is a way to navigate from this page to this page. They haven't shown anything like that. So right now, how do we navigate? I mean, what would be a proper place to put a button to let the user click on it and then say just edit your profile? I guess maybe there is this edit cover button, but it's not something, doesn't make any sense, right? You click on this edit cover, but you get redirected to a page where you're editing your whole profile. Maybe I should put it right over here. Let's do that. So it's inside of profile card, where we have this button where I'm simply going to just say bg secondary, if I should, edit profile. Let's see how this looks like. Okay, it looks fine. So this should be wrapped inside of a link, and this link should take you to slash profile slash edit. Let's see if that actually works. So if I click on it, here we go. Oh, this looks unexpectedly similar to what we want. Okay, we've got flex gap 5. Let's do an item center so that they are aligned properly, then if you look closely, they have a different color, okay, when they are focused, and a different one when they're not. So this is the color, and I better place it right over here. Okay, it's already there. It's gray light. Now how do we check if it's active or inactive? That's something. Okay, so in that case we'll have to make it a client component, and so we could just get the path name from use path name from next navigation, and I think I should just pass in props. Sidebar item props. Let's go down here. Sidebar item props. Now if you are viewing this right now, let me know what you think about all this in the chat. If you understand, if you don't understand anything, okay, we'll just have a chat. That would be nice. So we are going to have an is active, which will be boolean. Okay, so we can do something like this: is active if path name equals to slash profile slash edit. Now this is where things get a little bit more verbose. I'm going to say name string, or actually label, that would be string. So for this one we've got the label of profile, which is very basic, and you just say props dot label. Right, on this one, here's where I will also take in the props, and so actually wait, why did I close that? I have to just apply these props. Okay, so we've got the class name, which in this case would depend on is active. All right, so we've got if it is active, there we go. It's pretty basic, but instead of this text gray 500, we're going to say text light gray or gray light, and otherwise it's going to be text black. All right, wait, so if it's active, it's going to be black, else it's going to be light gray, and same goes for this one. So let's actually just get this out of the way, and I'll paste this in. Let's see if this actually works right now. Okay, one more thing: if it's active, it's going to be black, and it's going to be semi-bold, I guess. Let's check if it's semi-bold or not. Its weight is 600. Same goes for here. So this one doesn't really matter. It's going to be a part nonetheless. Let's place this here. This is going to be the dynamic part. Okay, and we've got font bold. Okay, bold is something else. Semi-bold is the one. And there we go. I think the size of this one is larger. It's 16. Okay, 16 is fine. So let's do the same thing with the others. We have got profile, socials, portfolio, and resume. So profile, socials, portfolio, resume. Socials, portfolio slash portfolio slash, oops, resume and resume. All right, now if you take a look at this one, okay, fine, but still this is not what we are looking for. So if it's active, then do this, else do this, but it's not being applied. Interesting. Oh, because this is the stroke, right? Oh man, do I have to edit this? What if I remove this? Fine. So maybe I could just have another. Okay, so if you look at this icon, this is the same thing but with a different stroke color. Let's see. Yep, just that the stroke color is different. And I think we should actually create another icon. So sidebar inactive icon. And now I don't think I need any props, so let's get rid of these. We don't need these props, so we don't need these. What we can do, if props dot is active, we are going to show this one, and if it's not, we're going to show the sidebar inactive icon. That's it, it's done. Okay, once we have this sidebar, it's not really on the side, so let's fix that. Okay, this is the this is also left off. So if I say, let's see, border right, or let's take a look at this. Oh, that's right, sorry about that, should be left. Okay, interesting. So how do we place this bad boy? Maybe I should place it in a div. It should be absolute, so this is going to be relative, and then we're going to have an absolute one, which will have a height full, I guess, and then a bg of black. Let's see what the width is. So the width is 10 pixels, which is roughly, yeah, that's the width. And let's actually get rid of this. Okay, what is wrong? Why can't you have just a self-closing div? Oh, here we go. Work now. All right, let's see. Here we go. So this is going to be left 0. I don't think it behaves well. Okay, that's because we have padding on the card, right? That's something we don't need. So if I remove the padding, okay, now that looks good. So I can add the padding right over here. Oh, that's too much. Okay. And first off, this looks ugly. Let's remove this for one bit. Okay. This does not look good. So actually what we could do instead is we could add padding x to be 0. Yeah, padding x should be 0. In that case, this should enable what we want to enable. Let's get this out of the way. All right, and here we need a padding x of 5. Okay, looks good. Now we want this back again. Actually, let's also do a rounded of lg. Fine. Okay, now we want it to be on the left but more. Okay, not this much, but yeah, you get the point. Now how do I cut it in half, because that's how it's being displayed here. So to cut it half, we should just take out the width, I guess. Yeah, or no, not exactly. The width should be 2. We have this rounded lg. What if I change the width to 1? Okay, this will still be rounded. Let's change this to 2. Let's change this to 0.5 and rounded s. Okay, that's start. So if I make this, okay, fine, we got this. So it should be rounded e md. All right, I think we are halfway there, because this should now be left of 1. Okay, wait. If I increase this z index for this one, then no, That really does not matter. Let's see how to fix this. Oh, I think the width is the culprit here. So if I make the width 1, now you see it should be on the left of 0.5 maybe. Yes, I think we are close. Let me look closely if we are or not. Think so. Yeah, it looks good. So now we only want to show this if is active. Oh, I placed these bad boys here. Let's actually remove these things. Fine, let's keep it. That's it. Okay, now these are not just spans, but they are in fact going to be the link components. So we got link. The href is going to be, oh, nice. Props.labeled. Okay, this is genius. Amazon just did what I wanted to do. So now if I go, this is going to be socials, profile, resume. Else it's going to be hash. This is brilliant. I did not know if I could do something like this instead of getting a new prop. All right. I guess this is it for this one. I think I should display this one. This, what do we call this? I don't know what to call this thing. This border when we hover over any of these. So when any of this is hovered, we can have some state. Or should we? Shouldn't we? Let's have some state. Because it's a client component, right? So I can have state. Or instead of that, let's see, use hooks ts. Here we have got a bunch of hooks. And here we go. We got use hover. Now I'm just going to first off. Okay, what's wrong? Default export is not a React component. Okay, fine. I know what that is. Actually, if I go to this page, I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of this, paste it here. This is going to be called socials edit page. Resume edit page. And oh, hi, we've got 2 people in the chat. Both of them are my cousins, which is kind of funny because it's too late for them to stay up. Okay, so this should probably be it. So if I go back to the sidebar, okay, I don't want this itself to be the link. So instead of this, I should make the whole card a link. Let me get this out of the way. So it should be like this. Let's copy this. Let's go up top, paste it. So we close this here and we get rid of this. And now this should be a span. All right, so now if I hover over any of these, that's better. Just stopping by, bro. Love the way you explain your thought process in your videos. Thank you very much, Ajant. Good to see that. Really appreciate your concern. All right, what do we do now? So we were doing this use hover thing, right? So let's just go ahead and install use hooks ts. This should take just a few seconds, and once that's done, let's see how we use it. We simply use it, okay, with the ref. No, that's what developers do. They just copy and paste all the code. All right, this is going to be HTML. Okay, this is an a tag if I'm not wrong. Yep. So this is going to be an a or anchor element, and this is pretty simple. So we got is hover, and we just assign the ref. Okay, wait, ref is going to be hover ref, and we go down here. Let's copy and paste this. So if props dot is active, okay, so if not is active and we have hovering, then we are going to show this bad boy. That's simple and it works. Wow. Yeah, we should sleep now and you should be the only one to wake. You should probably go to sleep. You might not have slept for a few days now. Okay, we've got this up and running, which looks nice. Should I also make this text in this? No, then it will be the same thing. I could potentially just go ahead and change the background though. So if it's the hover thing, let me just go ahead and do this. Okay, this is going to be something like this. Then we say if is hover is true, then we add a bg opacity of 20. I don't know what this will do. Okay, that is messed up now because okay, yep, maybe I should change the background. Let's change it to light gray or gray light. Okay, fine, that looks terrible. Let's forget about this. Okay, right now let's forget this. We've got this one out, this one out. Okay, that looks simple. So if I go to this page where we have this p tag with the lorem ipsum, which sadly does not get displayed for some reason. It should get displayed, right? Because we are on profile edit. Oh, because my bad, I'm not displaying any children. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now that looks good. We've got flex call and gap 10. Instead it's going to be flex and gap 10. And so not actually gap 10, but I think a gap of 5, and in here we can make this flex. Actually, wait, a main tag in here, and this should have a class name of flex1. So that looks a little bit better. Now if I go to the sidebar, here is where I'm going to add the height to full, which does not work because the parent does not have a height of full. Okay, still the same thing. This is where I kind of get fed up with CSS. Okay, so you've got this main, and inside of this main you have another main. Okay, this main does not have a height of full, which means I have to go to this layout right over here, and let's give this a height of full. I'll be back just a moment. Okay, how do I make? Okay, we are back. Let's see. So how do we fix this now? This height thing. Full height sidebar CSS. Okay, I think you can listen to me nicely. Okay, here's simplify. So we got this container, display table cell. Okay, this is a bit too much. I'll just go to Flowbyte and search for sidebar. There we go. I think I should have copied this directly, but no cheating. Okay, here's the thing. Aside, it's inside of the aside tag. I should put that because of semantics. And if they see me do this with the semantics, that would be really nice. Let's do this aside. Zoom. I hope it doesn't get ruined. Okay, it does not. Fine. Okay, once we got that, it's fixed top 0, left 0, height screen. Okay, should I do that? I don't think I should. Let's try fixed top 0, left 0, and height should be screen. There we go. It's now totally on the side. That's not what we want, which basically means I have to remove all this. All right. Now that we have a height of screen, we want to change it up a little bit. So items should be start or justify start. That does not do anything. Let's get this out of the way. All right. If I were to add height screen in here, let me see. Width is this one, height screen transition transform. Very basic, but then you have height full, overflow y auto. Here you have aside, then you have a div, then you have the ul. I forgot to just make this ul. Ul, then should be this part should be inside of an li. Why do I forget these semantics? Okay, now all of these classes should go in here. I think so. Yep. Okay, now this makes sense. Now that we have height screen, if I were to remove this and if I add it right over here, okay, height full. No. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Height screen in there, and then it should not be exactly height screen, I guess. Even though it's a canvas. Oh, sorry. It's even though it's a sidebar. Okay, here we go. We've got this nav, and with this nav we have this aside, which has a height of screen again. Let's see. What could we do? What possibly could we do in here? Oh, wait. I don't even need that. Why am I messing around so much? Okay, this looks fine. It's just very small because it does not have any padding around it. So let's add that. Right now it's px0. But what happens if I remove this? Then you've got a padding of 6. Okay, fine. It should be px0. Actually, this one should have a px of 0. And the rest of it. Okay, so now this is going to be having, this is going to have Okay, I think px is fine, but then this gap should be 7, and then this should be 8. I think this is not the right thing. I did 7, so change that to 5 and change this to 7. Now the only thing missing is the width of this one. So right now, if you look closely, I gave this a flex of 1, which I shouldn't have given. So let's get this out of the way, and we've got a gap of 5, which totally makes no sense. Okay, let's give it 16. So basically this does not have any width of full, so let's give it a width full. All right, fine. Now that looks a lot better. Now if I were to give this a flex 1, let's see if this actually works. What have I done? So I give this part a flex of 1. It should still have a gap of 5, and this should have a width of half. Okay, not really half, but 1/4. Yeah, 1/4 looks reasonable, except 1/5 looks a lot better. Now let's just go with 1/4, which is 25%. So if I want to change it, I might just change it to 33%. Okay, no, that looks terrible. 25. All right, 1/4 is nice. Let's just stick to that. Once we got that, and now what do we want? This part. Okay. On this page, it's going to be on this page we are going to have all this stuff. So we have one flex box. I think this should be in its own flex box. Okay. Let me first go ahead and commit all these changes. So it's going to be sidebar, edit page, sidebar. If you guys are watching, let me know in the chat how are you all doing and what all have you been up to these days. I'm interested to know. All right, what else now we have to do? So I'm going to go ahead and create a new, I don't know, a new folder. So like we have the profile components, I'm going to create a new folder called edit components. This is going to hold, okay, this is going to be one big component, and this section is going to be a different component, or maybe not, because all of this, I guess all of this should be in its own component except for this input box. I have this input in the nav bar. Okay, here we go. We got the search box. So I could just go ahead and copy this part and make this input a UI input. So let me just go ahead and create an input tsx export function input return this, paste this. Okay, it's not going to be just that, it's going to take in the props, which is going to be input props. Input props. Okay, this is detailed HTML. What's wrong? Okay, detailed HTML props, input HTML attributes, input HTML. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. What if I click this? Have you considered moderators for your channel? Not yet. Not yet. I would like to do it, but not right now, because I don't think if someone is spamming the chat right now. Also started learning Tailwind, but till now I only used it with vanilla JS. Nice. Using it with frameworks is a lot easier because you don't have to worry about setting it up, right? For example, with Next.js, you don't have to set it up very easily. You can just set it up very easily. Okay, how do I get these props? React, TypeScript, input props. Like, how can I get all of these? Yeah, input props, extends input, HTML attributes. All right, that's pretty basic. So let's get rid of all this. It's going to be input HTML attributes, input HTML attributes, and okay, it's going to be HTML input element. And all we do is just replace this prop. Okay. And so let's replace this with input. We don't need this. We don't need this either. Should I jump to next? If you have known the basics of React, if you know how basically React works, if you've learned the fundamentals like props and something complex like the context API, then I think it's fine. Next.js is just React but on steroids, so you get a lot of features like file system routing basically, then server-side rendering, etc., etc. So you can jump onto Next if you want to. Just don't get confused right away. It will take time for you to learn Next. Okay, fine. Where were we? So we were building this input, which we would then need inside of here in the edit component. Actually, let's just give this heart. Like, my context API is remaining. I mean, you can skip the context API. It's a fun thing to learn. I've got a video on it as well, so you can check that out. But it's something that you should learn because you're going to encounter providers and all soon enough. We also have a label and this one. Okay, let's skip that. It's also pretty easy. It's just like you pass in props in any component, and then if the component is deep down, you have to pass in the props deep down to each and every component. The context API makes it kind of global, so you can access your state anywhere throughout your app. So if I just show you a diagram of it, now there are a ton of diagrams right over here. This is how simple it is. Okay, so basically you have app where you are going to hold all of your state, then you pass it in layout, header, search bar, and you have to access it in the search result as well. So you have to pass in these props. In the context API, you have the data right over here on the top, and then you can access it wherever you want. It's also pretty fast. I can say it's fast because you're not re-rendering every component when the state changes. So when the state changes, all of your components get re-rendered. Whichever component is using the state, it will get re-rendered. So yeah, context API is handy. All right, next up, we're still stuck here. So this is going to be inside of here, edit components, edit profile form. Export something from dot slash profile form, turn a div Okay, it's going to be a div with flex column and a gap of 5 in my opinion, I guess. And then we're going to have one more flex box where it's going to have a gap of 3 maybe. It's going to hold the profile picture, which will be, I'll just put it in this one. No, forget about this. This is stored as public profile.jpg. Whatever. Okay, once we've got that, let's make it rounded full, and then let's have a button. Should say upload new picture. Now this button is going to be similar one that's in the profile card, so let's just all right, I think I messed up. Let's yank this and paste this right over here. There's the first button. The next one is delete, which is going to have this one, bg border. Okay, now let's go back into this page, edit page, where we are going to get rid of this and just use the edit profile form. Go back to the app. This is how it looks like. Massive. We just want to control it, so round it full. Let's see what's the width here. So the width is 72 and height is 72. Let's see, 72. Yeah, let's keep it 16. All right, that looks nice, but flexbox does not work nice. Okay, now it does. I think this button should have a little bit more padding. Right now it has a px of 3 and a py of 2, but it should have more. Let's see, we've got 816, 816, which I don't know what's 8 and what's 16. This one looks 16, so we could have a px of 4 and a py of 2. Let's see. Okay, now it looks close. Maybe I guess the font size is a bit too large. That might be the reason for that it looks so huge. Anyways, it looks fine. Also in the delete, this is going to have a font of semi-bold, so let's font semi-bold. I want to finish this tonight. Now I'm feeling sleepy and sluggish. We'll watch this in the morning. No problem. Go ahead, get some sleep. That would be nice for your health. No, I won't unlist or make it private. Okay, once we got this, I think it's far away from this sidebar, so maybe I should go back to the layout and make sure that the gap is a lot more than we think. Okay, yeah, that seems about good. Now we have this label. I think I should go back to the input component, and I should have a label as well. So let me first of all just go ahead and create type or interface. Here we go. And this is going to have a label and name. I don't think I need a name because that already comes with input props. Label is optional, so we could just go ahead and I don't know, wrap it in fragments. We have this label, props.label, HTML4. Now here's the thing, I want to use this use ID hook here, but maybe I shouldn't. If I provide a label, I should also provide it an ID, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and say props.id. All right. If props.label exists, then we render this out. Maybe I too may watch in the, okay, sure. Pharmacist Manoika. Yeah, you can watch it in the morning as well if you want to. If it's night in your time, you should go to sleep. That's better for you. Okay, this is let's see, this is semi bold and the size is 14 pixels. 14, fine, not a problem. So we could just go ahead and give it a class name of font semi bold, and that will do it. All right, coming back to this part where now we gotta have this input. Okay, outside of this one, let's place this input with the label. It should be display name, and the ID would also be display name. You do that and you get it. Okay, wait, there is some padding issues here. So what I should do is just concatenate the class name right over here. So let's do that. So we got props.class name in here, and so this padding left 10 is the thing we want right over here. Okay, that's how it looks like. But that does not mean we cannot add any padding. Let's add a padding of 5. Ooh, that's worse. Let's see, p3, px4. Okay, what's wrong with this one? Switch to p2. All right, this looks better. Once we have that, let's see. So we got display name, the label shows up, but the label is too far from this input. What's wrong? Do we have any margin around it? Let's see what's stopping the label to be with the input. Oh, that's because I have this fragment. Let's convert this to a div. That should do it. Yep, now it's totally flexbox and I have no idea why. Maybe because input or label and either of these should be inline elements, not block level elements. So maybe I could just say block. No, that changes nothing. Or here, let me see, block. Yep. Width full does not change anything here, so it should go ahead and change anything here. All right, this looks fine. Also this border, I think I should, okay, outline is secondary, but I guess I could just make it outline primary, because that way it's going to look a lot better. Yeah, outline primary looks better. Anyways, coming back, this is going to be the secondary color, if I'm not wrong. Yep, the secondary color. Let's go back to this form. So we have a label, and I think we should also add, you know, what do we call this? Helper. Yeah, this should be props.helper, and we are going to have a p tag which is going to hold this, and it's going to have a class name of text secondary. I don't think we need this one, but yes, now we could just go right over here and give it some helper text. Copy this, paste this, and boom, there we go. Looks nice. I think the margin top, this should have an MB1. This should an empty one, so that they are not neither too far nor too close. Okay, once we got this one out of the way, let's see what else should we do. Do we need a placeholder here? Fine. Okay, now this is a text area, this is not an input. So what do I have to do is, I could receive the input element props, but I could actually just go ahead and say, well, is text area, it would be boolean, and I guess false by default. So, oh no, that's not how you do it. False. Fine. So we got boolean, and it's going to be false by default, of course, if we don't pass it in. But if it is, right, so props.is text area, then we just want to display a text area. So it's going to have a text area with all of these props. Label, helper are not assignable. Wait a second. Labels. Oh, because this is input element. Okay, maybe I could add an or clause. Yeah, that works. Now this class name, of course, should be added after the props. Okay, now let's go back in here, and I'll say text. Actually, wait, input. Here the label is going to be about, and is text area. Let's take a look. Okay, fine, this looks nice. Just that we don't want this one, this resizer, but it's fine for now. Let's also add a placeholder. Write about yourself. Okay, and here we could add a placeholder of, write, I don't know, write your name, or what is your name. Let's see what code whisperer tells me. Enter display name. Simple. Okay, we've got the profession, which is also an input, so as simple as this one. It's not going to have a helper, it's going to just be profession and profession. Enter profession. All right. Then we have a date of birth. Okay, now these icons, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Um, Now, if I want to complete all these pages in one night, that would, okay, it's quite easy. I'll do this. I'll do this. This one will take the most time, I guess, because these switches are also pretty. I haven't done anything like this before. Okay, what else do we need? We got the profession, the date of birth. After the date of birth, we could just give this a type of date. It's going to be date of birth with a placeholder of DDMMYYYY. Actually, YY, just that. BOB. Let's see how that goes. As simple as that. I don't think I need a placeholder, and the icon is just here, so I think it's the same thing. All right. Then this part, gender. I'll add 3 options. Okay, because this is a controversial. I don't know what to call this, but anyways, we got this class name. Maybe I could take another prop, right? I could take another prop is drop down. So is drop down should also be a boolean, but then if is drop down is true, then we also take in the drop down items. Yeah, drop down items string array. So props dot is drop down. I have to find my and key every time. Props dot drop down items dot map. For each item, we render this out. Okay, let's see. Flow by drop down. Actually, it should be select, right? Not drop down. Okay. But maybe select is the one we want in this case. So you've got a label, you've got select. So if it's drop down, then we render out a select. Then what do we do with this class name and these other props, which I can accept like this HTML select element. Okay, and then we do a props dot drop down items dot map for each item. We are going to render out an option tag, which is going to have the value of item dot to lowercase. Okay, in this case, item, and let's see, let's also get the index and set that as the key. Okay, now as to this, input is drop down, and then we got the drop down items, should be male, female, and what does have we got? Other. Okay, this looks a little weird because we also have an input. So if it's drop down, then we show this. If it's text area, then we show this. But if it's neither this nor that, then we show the input. As simple as that. Now this is going to also have a label. Let's see. So this, what happens if I also give it placeholder? All right, nothing happens, just that the first one is selected. I guess we don't want that, right? So if I go back, this is the select. We could have one option which will be disabled, selected. It's going to hold the props.placeholder value. Okay, and it's also going to have the class name of text secondary, because I want to make it look like it's a placeholder. All right, but why does it look so weird? Anyways, let's keep it anyways as it is. And okay, fine. Then we have this section visibility. Right. We can have, I think, nh3 for this one. First of a div with the margin top of 5, and in there I'm going to have an h3. Should be section visibility. For the class name, it should be text excel. Okay, and then font bold, and the subtitle will be in h5, and it's going to be just this part. Okay, then it's going to have a text secondary. Shouldn't be bold, it should be medium, so font medium, no, not even medium. Okay, as simple as that. I think we should also add, what happens if I add a gap of 5? Nothing really happens, so we could add a flex call, and then a gap of 3. Well, not 3, but 2 would do. All right, then we have this card, which fortunately does not have any outline. So what are we going to do? We're just going to go ahead and create a card out of this one. This card will have switches. Okay, so it's going to hold 3 choices. Okay, and I think I should make a component for the choice, for each individual choice. So let's do that function choice, or what do we call this, section choice. I want the switches to work. That's one thing I want. So there will be state for each of these. So in that case, I need this in a separate component, section choice, which then it will of course go ahead and it's going to be a client component, but it's going to have an h4. Okay, fine. Then we have this type of section choice props that it will take in the title, which will be string. It will take a subtitle, which will also be a string. It's going to just be that. Okay, then we got the props, the section choice props, props.title. We got the p tag, props.subtitle. The p tag is going to have a class name of text secondary. The title will have font bold. If you look closely, this is just 16 pixels and this is 14. So it's going to be text SM. Okay, fine. For now. All right, so inside of this card, we are going to have one section choice. It's going to have the title of followers and following. Let me copy and paste this. It's going to have this subtitle. Let's copy this, paste this. Let's take a look. Okay, section choice is not defined. Why the hell can't you just import it? Because I did not export it, my bad. Right now that should work. Actually, that must work. Okay, we got the card, we got this title subtitle working. That's nice. What else do we need? This switch. So actually, let me just create these XP and achievement badges. Let's create these first. XP achievement badges. So XP achievement badges. Copy, paste, copy, and paste. All right, looks about fine. We should probably just go ahead and say flex call and gap of 3, 5. Yeah. All right, now inside of here we should have this as flex and justify between, right? And items center. So this should be in its own div, and we're going to have one more div for this switch. I'm unsure how I can make the switch, so let me just say flow byte. There we go. I mean, flow byte is a powerhouse when it comes to components. I search for switch. Toggle switch. There we go. I think they probably picked this one up right from flow byte. Okay, it looks the same, just that the color is different. The color is primary in this one. All right, then I'll do the same. I'll copy this code. Okay, there's an input of type checkbox. As simple as that. All right, this should be self-closing. We've got a class name. Yeah, and then there is this div, this whole big div. It has all of this. Okay, so first off, dark peer focus ring primary. Okay, and then let's see where else the color is being used. In here, peer checked. No, okay, yeah, okay, fine. But like, how do you check and uncheck this? I think this SR only and peer, this, okay, SR only makes sense. Peer, this comes from flow byte. I should probably add flow byte then. Why not? You know, they are most likely using it, so why shouldn't I? Oh boy, hang on, just a moment. I accidentally opened up WhatsApp. All right, now I have it closed. Let's go back in here, install Flowbyte, and then require the plugin inside of the Tailwind configuration. Right over here. And then also add this, that the JS files, I don't know why. Okay. Apply the classes. Right, yeah. And then require this. I don't think I need to require. Okay, bundle JavaScript. Then we have to import this. Import Flowbyte. Maybe I did something right, maybe wrong. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, that I think we are halfway there, because now at least it shows nothing to us. And if I go back, what's wrong? See, init functions, ESM, CSS, React. Yep. Install Tailwind. Oh, I have to install this one. Sorry, my bad. npm I Flowbyte React. Then we use the React components, I guess. And I don't think I need all this mess. I could just add my own component. Wait a second. Okay, well, this one. Okay, then you just do the almost the same thing. I don't think there is any difference. Let's go over here and well, docs, dark mode, customize components. We've got switch. Yeah, I think it should be inside of input, right? But then where is input? Form, right? It should be inside of forms. Switch. There we go. We got toggle switch. Looks nice. Okay, fine. Let's do this. I don't think I need this anymore. All I need is a toggle switch, which is going to have a different color. So first it needs a checked and all. So let's do this. Const something close to use state. False. Let's import that. Is checked. Set is checked. Just say checked is checked. And on change, very simple. You need a label. I don't think I want to put a label. Okay, what is bound RY? I don't know. Anyways, hit save. Let's take a look. All right, here it is. Just that the color scheme is different. Now, how do I customize the color? Let's see. Theme. Okay, let's see what happens if I add a class name of BG primary. There we go. Create a custom theme. You still change this, right? All right, so highly experimental. If you go back in here, it says peer focus, peer checked, right? So I could do the same thing, peer checked, BG primary. That way, it should change this. Let's see, peer checked, after transition all, after rounded full, BG white. How do I change this? The toggle switch component to ask users to enable or disable this. All right, this is really something else. Okay, let's see. Let's search it inside of the issues. So toggle switch. Toggle dark theme color. Okay. Inline override will not work sometimes. It will depend whether or not the custom class used is injected in the DOM above or below the default one. Okay, that went above my head. Make custom classes more specific to force preference. Okay, interesting. Another option is to create your own theme. So you'll be adding a new color and you can use something like this. Whenever you want to override already, but seems that the documentation doesn't leave it explicit. Oh, okay. So if I add this inside of SM, this might work. No, it still does not work. Let's inspect the classes. That's how I think we'll figure this out. So this is the div. Toggle BG is the BG color, which apparently, I think, no. Okay, group focus, ring cyan, BG cyan, border cyan. Let's see now. BG gray, 200. Okay. All right. Oh, so here's the button. There must be something like color blue. No, that changes nothing. I wonder what the color attribute is all about. Like, where does it exist? BG. Okay, wait, let's see. Customize theme. We've got this theme. So if I were to just go ahead and create this theme. Okay, so color primary is basically BG primary. And then you have this custom theme or create a reusable component with the theme. Let's see. Oh, it's the button. Toggle switch. Oh, there we go. I didn't know something like this existed. Anyways, toggle. Base and checked. Base, I don't want to mess with that, but checked. I don't think I need a color. So this on, this is off. So on is going to be BG primary. We don't need off. All right. All right, then what do you take in? You just take in this thing, custom theme. I don't think I need the custom theme at all. uh, there we go. Oh, and yep, this is it. So this is going to be toggle switch theme, and we just pass that in. Let's hope this one works. All right, it does work. Okay, so basically if it's off, right, at least we made this work. So now if I go in here, so color, when it's off and on. So let's see, when it's off, I want the BG to be, let's take a look. So gray light, gray light. When it's on, the BG should be primary. All right, just that the switch does not work. Like it works, but it does not switch anymore. Maybe because of the theme. Whoa. Are there any constants? Toggle switch props, navbar toggle props, switch flow by toggle switch root theme. But then this root theme, how do I get it? Like, this is just an interface. Yeah, this is just an interface. All right, there we go. We got this theme. So maybe I could do something like theme dot toggle switch and object dot yeah, theme dot toggle switch. No, right. I guess that makes a little sense. But if I do something like this, can you see? What should we do now? Oh, okay, so what I could do is I could say, well, hey, if it's off, then you just have theme dot toggle switch dot checked off, and then you add this. And the same goes for on. So if it's on, then you take on, and then you just add in timer. That was quite tricky, but it works. Right, there we go. Now what about this ring? So we got group focus ring 4, group focus ring cyan 525. So, and then there's also border. I don't know why. All right, so for this one, group focus. All right, let me just copy it. This is the one. Copy, paste. So this is going to be primary. actually ring dash primary. So ring primary divide by 25. It's just the way it is. Let's copy this. Oh, let me check the chat. I think I missed something from the chat. No. If any of you are watching and want to have a chat with me, that's nice. Hop on. We'll have a chat. Okay, this one looks nice. We are so close, I guess. This is it. Let's get rid of this. That was some new stuff that I learned, honestly. I don't think we need this import anymore. Yep. So what did we complete now? Edit profile page. Done. Nice. Now the other stuff. Once I have this. Oh, what's this? So I think it applied these styles to the input as well, which is something I really don't want. All right, how do I get rid of this? All right, maybe if I go to the Tailwind config and if I comment out these two bad boys, then it should go away, but it does not, which means I have to enable them, and we have this. So let's see how long it's been. It's been 1.5 hours, and I guess I'm having fun so far. Let me first check what's the matter here. So if you look closely, we get, let's see, when I focus, it has a border 2, border, then outline primary, and then undefined. Outline primary. I'm repeating these classes, so I should better get this in their own. But anyways, let's see. Outline primary. Let's see how we can fix this. If I remove this part, now it's just flow byte, right? So if you look at flow byte input, it basically has a focus ring blue. All right, so what do we need? We need the same thing, but instead of an outline, we need a ring of primary. No, we just want the outline. We just want the ring to be primary, but for some reason it does not work, and that's because if you look closely, you're trying to override these styles, and that might be something Flowbyte does not like. So do I have to change it a little bit? Let's see, ring primary. Let's see if you can hear me properly. I'll just check that out real quick. Okay, so coming back, I don't know why Flowbyte does not allow this. Flowbyte React, where are you? So right over here, there is theme. change directly in the component. The downside of this approach, you have to change the class name prop in every component instance. It can be tedious and error prone, also nested. Whew. Do I have to create a custom theme again? Then I cannot pass that in because you see, I see there is one viewer, and let me know about you if you're enjoying this. All right, good. All right, I think I'm wasting a lot of time here, frankly speaking, because this is something I never thought I'd encounter. Why do they apply this on the input? Like, what's the point on a normal input tag, on a normal text area tag, on a normal select tag? Maybe I should just change this somehow. Actually, wait. For now, let's keep it simple. Okay, focus outline primary. That's it. Let it be what it is. I know this is a little overkill, but it's fine for now. Let's work on these other pages. Okay, now we have a link problem. So let's go to sidebar. And if you look closely, there's this li, there's this link. All right. This link should actually have a width of full. That way, I should be able to click on it from here. Let's see what's stopping us. So inside the UL, we have the li. Okay, so the li does not have width of full. That's the problem. Let's give this a whirl. Okay, fine. That works. So now if I was to click on socials, we move to this page, portfolio, resume, and profile. All right. That's a little issue right there, because if you look closely in the sidebar, I think, yeah, in the sidebar itself, when it comes to profile, should be /profile/edit, and it should not show anything else. So maybe I should just optionally take in the href. Let's go back in here and I'll optionally take in the href just for that exception, that one exception. So href/profile/edit. Then what we do in here is we just say props.href or this. There we go. Going back in here, the resume is going to just, oh wait, what just happened? If I click on this, it goes to, all right, so this is not going to work. It redirects us to slash, which I think hashtag right over here means just slash. So maybe I should just well, let's get this out of the way. We don't need this. Portfolio, socials, profile. There we go. It works just fine. Fix sidebar navigation bugs. Wait, but we have these 3 pages, right? On Figma, we only have 2. We have socials and portfolio. We do not have the resume edit page, which makes me think that we should be done in just a few more minutes. Let's see how much time have I spent on this. Let's see, we've got projects, code temp profile, and 7 hours. So many files. 7 hours, the most spent in profile card. Anyways, let's close all the tabs. Let's work more. Okay, now I don't think we need the resume page. Maybe I should just say, well, hey, resume edit page was not designed in the Figma. And I should probably just leave the Figma link. So, share. Where is share, buddy? Figma share link. All right, here we go. I just did not see. Copy link. Boom. Right, I guess this is it. In the Figma design, should have a class name of underline offset to text primary. That's it. It should be target blank. All right, so we have the socials and portfolio left off. Socials is pretty easy. Just add a bunch of, oh wait, I forgot one thing. In the profile page, there's this cancel and save changes. I think this is common in each one of them. So let's add it to the layout. Resume edit page. So in the layout, I don't know if I should call it a footer or not, but let's do that anyways. Okay, this is not the one. It's in layout, edit, right over here. We have this footer, which is just going to be, let's see, flex, and then okay, something is wrong. All right, we're back. Flex, a gap of 5, and justify end. That's how I think we should do it. So there will be a button which will be cancel, and the other button is going to be, let's see, cancel, and then we've got save changes. Let's see where we have a primary button. I think in the sidebar, no. In the nav bar, no. Where is it? Why do I always forget about that button? Okay, it's right over here in the edit profile form. This one, copy, go down, paste, and then just change this. Save changes. Right, this cancel button should be pretty simple. BG border, and font semi-bold. All right, let's take a look. There we go. Let's okay, wait, I think I did something wrong in here. Should probably place the footer right over here, but this should be in a different flex container. So let's take a look now. There we go. Nice and easy. Here, this one is going to have a margin top of 5 or maybe 10, maybe not 5, but there we go. So if I go to socials now, this is how it looks like. On resume, I don't think I should include it on the resume page. Okay, fine. Okay, on the resume page, I could include it, but maybe I shouldn't. Let's keep it anyways. In the socials page, right? Add footer with save and cancel button. Now in the edit slash socials slash page, if I go to the edit page, right, we just have a div and then edit profile form. That's it. Now if I come over here, this will be social edit form, right? It's going to be similar, except first off, we don't need this, we don't need this. This is going to be renamed to social edit form, which we will export from here. Right, we got a flex call and gap 5, which don't think we need. Yeah, we need that. And then all we need is a few inputs. That's it. All right, so this is, let's get rid of this div. The label for this one is going to be GitHub. Let's just say GitHub placeholder, GitHub profile URL. Let's make this uppercase, and we don't need a helper. So let's copy and paste this up a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest of it should be demolished. Yep. So once we got this GitHub, then we have linked in, then no, wait, dt this. You know what? I will copy all these. I'll open up chat GPT. Let's do that. Now I'll tell chat GPT to do so. Okay, so rewrite the code below for Facebook, Instagram, Dribble, and Behance. All right, that's it. Let's copy this, paste it, go back, socials. Okay, it should actually go ahead and show up. So for that, we could just go right over here and social edit form. There we go. GitHub, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Dribble, Behance, and I guess this is it. Maybe it has a little bit more padding, I guess, but it's fine. All right, this page is done as well. Let's jump on to the big boy, which is the portfolio page. Now this is where things get a little bit verbose, I should say. Like it's too much work, maybe. Right. I'll just do something on the right. Oh no. All right. We're good. We are good. So all these pages contain nothing but a div with this component that I have somewhere else. ChatGPT is too smart. It does everything for me. Haha. If you are watching right now, I don't think anybody is watching right now. It shows, okay, here we got one viewer. If you're watching right now, just drop into the chat. Let me know what you're doing right now. What's the time zone? Where are you from? Right. Portfolio. There we go. This page. So this contains this playground. So this section, I think I could just copy it from here, or maybe I could just display this, except I could okay, right. I won't copy and paste it, except that I'll just playgrounds. Let's see how that goes. There we go. Instead of this button, I'm going to take in some props. Is editing, right? Then instead of this button, we just show see all, right? And I think it's going to be the same button, except it's just going to be, it's not going to have the text primary. Right. Okay. All right, fine. The only thing needs to change now is this part. text primary. Okay, it does not show yet because there we go. I think this button should also, wait, we have justify between, but I think we should also have item center, which will, yes, exactly. That makes this thing makes it better. All right, now how do we highlight this? Not just highlight, but now we also want to show this a radio button, which, well, see, it's kind of tricky. Um, let's see, radio. Let's see if the radio is the same. Oh, okay, it's just the same as Flowbyte. I guess I got the strategy. Copy everything from Flowbyte and then make changes on your own. That's the best thing. Not everything from Flowbyte, of course, but at least the basic stuff. Now you've got this div. Inside of the div, you can have this input. Now let's see how we can do that. Then I think I have to make this a client component if I want to make the radio button available. Because right now there is no radio button. Wait, what's wrong with this? Let's see. We got this flex. Yeah, should be a little more. Yeah. Okay. Now this radio button. How do we add this? Let's copy this. Oh, I don't think I need to add it. I could just radio. No. Bombs. Radio. There we go. We got radio button. And I have to use client for this one. Which means I could just put this part. Or no. I have to put this whole card as a client component. Interesting. Playground type. All right. Let's see now. Interesting. Now what we do is we just use client on top. So all of these are the client components now. I have to place this radio button right over here, which means I could just do it right over here. Yes. Class name. Class name should be absolute top 0, right 0. Then this should be relative. Let's see now. All right, we're close. It should be right 10, top 10. What the hell is wrong now? All right, I'm just gonna second, top 5. All right, I will actually reload VS Code right now because it's lagging so much. Am I alone? I don't see anyone. Maybe no one is viewing. Okay, we need a name for each of these. But if we look closely, this could be the name. But then it's not unique, right? So, what should we do? Const id equals use id. Oh, name should be same. Okay, so I could just make the name now we can only select any one of these, which is fine. So if it is selected, I don't know which hook did I just install. I mean use hover. All right, let me see if we got any other one. Use toggle. There we go. No, wait. Value toggle and set value. Use toggle is basically true or false, right? Oh yeah, but maybe I could just put this in. Oops. So this is going to have a border, which I think it already does. But I could change the border to be primary. And where is it? All right, there it is. And the border should be primary and the BG should be primary, but with this opacity, not this much. 20. It's too much. 5. I think we're close. Yeah. And we only want this to happen if the value is true, right? So this will be dynamic. And so if we got it. and this is it. So right now nothing is selected, but on change, okay, this looks like, say default checked. We got a name, use toggle. Maybe use toggle is not the right tool for this. Okay, wait. So right over here, is selected. So we go back in here. Right now, nothing is selected. Then I have to make this a client component as well. Why? Just why? Maybe what I could do is I could just have export function playground cards. This will hold all these cards. So let's copy, actually no, let's copy this and these plays. So all of these will stay down here. Let's see, I import these bad boys. So we just playground. So we don't want to export this, but this playground cards. And then we don't need all these. We don't even need this. We don't need this. And so we don't need to export this interface. All right, same result, but now we can have the selected one. So const use state. I think in this case I should just use the index, you know, just to play it cool. So selected, set selected, is selected, right? So it should be like this. There we go. If the index is equal to selected, but then how do we toggle this selected thing? So basically, all right, let's see. I should also pass in the index, because why not? All right, then we get the index. Now I could say checked is equal to props dot. Oh boy. Okay, that fades in and fades out. I think I should take a look right over here. Default checked. Oh, sorry. We got Spain. Default checked. It appears and then it disappears. What happens if I just remove this? Okay, it comes. All right. Now I see what happens. All right. Let's see. Let's forget about this right now. On change, okay, fine. I think now we do need this. No, not this selected index, but actually the actual index. So we got props dot index. Let's see if this works now. Yep, it does. Now the only problem is it does not work when I refresh the page. So this is not checked by default. Let's see how we can fix that. Um, let's see, default checked. Oh boy, this is giving me a headache. Not gonna lie. Um, Also, this should be the color. How do I change the color? Oh, here we go. Nope. That's not how you do things. You straight up go ahead and inspect. Or actually, better yet, change the theme. Wow. Let's keep it this way right now, okay? I don't think it will be noticed much. What will be noticed though is this, that it's not checked by default. So maybe what I could do is if the index is equal to 0, that way, right, still doesn't work. Mm, okay. I guess then we'll have to do the same thing here as well. Okay. The difference is that we haven't made this part. Oh boy. This is so tricky. Just this. I mean, simply the fact that it does not work, even though it's mentioned that it will work. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, maybe because the name, right? If I take this out and then if I refresh the page, you see now this is checked, this is checked, everything is checked. Um, Maybe we're going to have the name if props dot is selected, then we add the name, right? Like and is selected. I know, a little tricky, but that worked. Oh wow, that worked. So this, there we go. So if it's selected, then we have this name, else we have no name. So I could just add this condition, and now, wow. Okay, wait. So a better way would be to say if the index is not 0. Actually, so now if it's not 0, this is going to hold the playground. Yep. Dude, this is crazy. If it's not 0, then it has playground, else it has this. What if I change this one more time? It just slips away. It comes by and then goes home. Maybe I'll do this later on. What else could we do now? Sorry. If it is selected, then I could have this playground, but then or forget about that. Default checked, props is selected. Um, let's see. Hidden max min multiple. Is it possible to zoom in a little? Hey Dennis, nice to see you around. That's a big name right over here. Honestly, I'm excited. Yeah, here's, I zoomed it in. So the problem is I have this boolean is selected, but it just does not work when I do something like default checked, right, on the first component itself. Yes, thanks Dennis. I don't see anyone else. It's just Dennis and me in this stream. All right. Uh, should I leave this for now? Because there's a lot more that needs to be done. Not a lot more. I think it's not too much. I think I should move on then. All right, let's do the project section then. Playgrounds section. Just to give you an overview, Dennis, I am trying to apply in an internship in this remote internship on CodeDam, which is a platform to learn to code. Basically, I have to complete this task uh, to convert this design into Next.js with Tailwind. So I'm done with all the pages except for this one now. This is the last one, and I have plans to finish it just tonight. All right, now so we are done with the playground cards. Now I think we need to mess with the project cards. So I kind of have to refactor that code again. Projects, we got project card, and all right, let's see, page portfolio projects, back in here. All right, this should have some margin top now. I'll just go ahead and make it flex call and add some gap. Yep. And the same thing with playgrounds. So let's copy all these props. Let's go right over here, paste these, paste, copy, and paste. That should do it, except I have to enable this. So now this should be see all. All right, one more thing that I have to kind of change is items center. Right, that's a little better. Now we don't need the icons when we are in the edit mode. We just need this, this, and this. Maybe I should probably just make a separate card for this. Yeah, separate card would be better. Then we should just get rid of all of this then, except for this line. Discard the changes. Right, coming back, get rid of this. Now in here, edit components, projects. Okay, edit projects. That's what I would name it. Edit projects. Done. And there we go. Now this is going to be the same type of card. Let's have this. So it's going to be grid. Let's copy all of this. We don't need this. Yes, we do need the button, but the button will have a text of secondary. It's going to be see all. portfolio. Edit projects. Let's go back. Ooh, there we go. Oh, this button is different. So let's import our own button. There we go. So we got this up and running. Now we need a card. All right, so I think I should make this a client component by itself. Right, that's first step. Now, how do we? So we have a card, then we are going to have the image on top. There we go. Return card, where I think it's going to be similar to this one. And forget about that warning. All right, so we have the title, and we have this, except for the logos. So it's going to be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, as we have there. Let's copy this, paste this. We've got 1 minute ago. Oh, that was pretty basic. We got 4 of these, so let's copy this grid. Actually, you know what? Let's copy this, paste this. There we go. This is not going to be 2XL, just XL in this case. And then there's going to be these 3 dots, which I believe I have React icons installed. Yep, so I just import that. And let's just place it like so. Import something from React icons, hi, and dots horizontal. There we go. Hi dots horizontal. All right. Cursor, pointer. There we go. All right, so this next thing, the stacked images. Let's where was this? In the playground card. Yep, there we go. Actually, wait, it's just this part, right? So let's copy all of this. In this one, we could just, I believe, yeah, we could just paste it in. So we got image 1, image 2, and then 3 contributors, as it says. There we go. The only difference is that we got this SpaceX 8, should be 2, and the images are humongous. So let's make them smaller. Yeah, not that small, but yeah, 8 seems fine. It's been 2.5 hours, man. All right, now selecting this, pretty much similar to what we did in the playground card. The is selected prop, which we will get from here. But now the only difference is that now we do not have any index. So what are we going to do? See, let's see. Copy this, paste. Can I do it inside of the component, like if it is selected or not? Actually, wait. Array of 4. EFI. There we go. Oh. New. Oh, because we said array of 4, but we did not fill it with anything. Let's just fill 0. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think I need the new keyword either. We got array fill, then we map over it, then we got the index, which will be selected basically with the selected one. Here we have the props, so it's going to be selected, or actually better yet, it's going to be index set selected will be dispatch set state action number, which we can just pass in like so. Oh, all right. Index is this. I don't think. Wait a minute. Dude, I hate this when just Vim just goes brrr with VS Code. For the card, I guess I could add an on-click event listener. On click, we are going to set select. I just want to finish this and get out of this. Let's check the Discord. Oh, hey. Dude, why? It did not show a notification when I was live. I was live. I don't know how long. It's been 3. Yeah. 2.5. So, anyways, let's see. This Thursday, as a meet and greet, that would be nice. Member meet and greet. Right. Back to our code. Set selected, props.index. Does it show that I am streaming right now? Ooh, it does. It shows I'm streaming right now. That's nice because streamer mode is on. I like it. Oh, okay. For a minute I was confused if this is my version or not. So now we have the state. Even this is selected. What else do we need? We need the highlighting. So if I go to the project card, well, not this one, but the playground card, this is exactly what I want, except for the relative. If anybody is watching, would be nice if you would drop a hi in the chat. All right, now we are selected. This is it. Except for this one though. Oh, hi, Cody. Damn. I'm about to end this now. Okay, let's commit the changes with edit projects page done. Now the only one thing left is this button right over here. Looks like a polymorphic button or so. I don't know what to call this button. Uh, that blends with the background. Wait, is that a thing? No, that's mix blend. All right, maybe I can try this on the button. So let's go right over here on this one, BG gradient. We go right over here and edit cover. This is not a practice challenge. I am trying to apply for the internship, and this is the task that I have to complete before applying. So when I apply, I have to submit this task, which I really like. I don't think I have done something like this in a long time. I mean, a whole design. So yeah, this is something I really like and enjoy. I did half of it uh, just alone, and now I was like, let's do it with let's do it live on YouTube. All right, here it is. Let's see, how do we make this even work? I'll also share the link of this one. I think you should do it live as well. Would be a fun little challenge to see who, I mean, if in what time you can complete this. How do we make this button? BG. Okay, wait. Translucent. I think I saw any of these. What if I add the BG gradient here as well? No, I cannot do that. Nope. Oh, that's the old Tailwind documentation. Opacity. No. Oh, wait. text white. All right, it has a border and it also has a color, a gradient-ish color, if I'm not wrong. Wait, export as CSS. Well, there we go. So it has got a border. It has got a backdrop filter. Okay, right. So first is it's BG white, but with an opacity of 0.16, which is, let's pick this one up and then filter. Let's blur it that way. That's a load of CSS. Let's kill all of this. Whew. All right, at least we got the blur. Okay, fine. Now let's add, wait, backdrop filter, backdrop blur. Exactly. You know, when Vim and VS Code work together, they just drive me crazy. Right now we have this. Oh boy. Okay, that's probably it. We got flex, no. Okay, and then we just put in flex and a gap of 2, 3, doesn't matter. Okay, items center. Now placing this button right over there. Also the border. Okay, rounded LG, and the border should be the border color maybe. Wait, border pixel, there's nothing like that. Mhm. First off, no, I guess I have to add flex and justify end right here. No, it's taking a lot of memory. What's using the most memory? VS Code at 3 gigabytes. Wow. Okay. At least we are somewhere. Justify end. Then yep. And then there will be some padding, which might just give it some room. And then the border. Let's see what in here. What's in here? Border 0 to, I think I should just make it border with an arbitrary value now. Let's see. All right, that's too much. Probably what we need, but then the color in here is different. The border seems like it's, even the border is a gradient. Yeah, the border is a gradient. So let's see if that, no. Border color. No. Border gradient tailwind. Maybe it's just you add a background and then you, okay, create a box inside. Okay, so you have a div that you just wrap this around, right? Yeah, which is fine, but not so fine. Actually, wait, I'll better make it a link component. Okay, my CPU is making a lot of noise right now. think I should consider closing a few tabs. Oh no, not that one. So basically, whenever I start typing, the CPU goes mad. All right, close a few more tabs on the left. Is this the reason it takes so much memory? Or not the memory, but okay. This had a lot. This had a better representation beforehand. Let's see. Mm, right. Now, I think it's time to finish this. I could probably just add no wait. First you have sure, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for passing by. Max width justify center. Okay, let's do this. Height full, width full, height 36, width full. Let's see what is up in a BG gradient. What if I skip that? Wait, is there no other way? Oh, okay. Rounded Excel with 52. Oh boy. I didn't even refresh the page once. It's been 3 hours now. And this is about to finish. Uh, what was that? Three pixels for the padding. Did LG. Oh, I think I was really, I don't know, energetic at first. Now I feel very sleepy. Oh, okay. We at least got the border. Just that the gradient is what we need to cover. So gradient goes from this color to this color. I don't know how. Okay, so it goes from this opacity to that opacity, right? Yeah, and the border is 1 pixel. So yep. So I could do something like this. BG gradient to bottom left, and then I could do a from and then a to. From this to this. Let's hope it works. Okay. Now that's because I have to set a background in here, which is BG gradient. Actually, no. This is a lot trickier. I want this as my border, but I also want this as my background. So I want to have a transparent background. What is this? Fill from via, okay. BG current. Oh wait. So instead of white 20, if I add white 5, that's close. Like a real close. If I make it white 0, it's going to be transparent. And maybe I should, we also don't want this. So maybe I should make it just 2 pixels. And all right, I think I'm done. So translucent button. All right, I think now we're done here. It's been 3 hours continuously, and I think I'm gonna take some rest. So hope you all enjoyed this stream. If you did, leave a like, comment below what you think about this stream, and thanks for joining in, everyone.